everyone, welcome back to 2 Idiots Review. I'm Caleb.
I'm Hannah, and we are here to discuss episode 2 of season 8, Game of Thrones. As you can see from our handy dandy board, no deaths. Which I'm not surprised because we know the next episode there's going to be a lot. So
yeah, I mean, this season so far is working out well. I think it might follow suit. And
it's like 1, 0.
It's like
continue 0.
like the Night
Bring
King.
people back to life.
Oh, by the way, this is gonna contain a whole bunch of spoilers.
Yeah.
So click away if you haven't watched the episode yet. But no, I mean the next episode's gonna start and the Night King is gonna be out front and they're just gonna like
yeah.
like that's what we've been preparing for. Sounds like I could have done that myself.
So the episode starts with like the trial of Jaime Lannister, which was super short. I thought that was gonna take a little longer, and it took like 2 minutes. I know it's a little underwhelming.
What's her name?
Brienne.
No,
Sansa?
Daenerys.
Oh.
Daenerys obviously was not a fan, and neither was really anybody other
No.
than Tyrion. But then, so they all were on the same page until Brienne stepped in, and so that's what kind of made it a shorter trial.
The best part was Bran, because Bran likes to throw people's their own words back at them. He did it with Littlefinger last season when he said chaos is a ladder. And this season,
and they both both Littlefinger and Jaime both gave him the same word.
Yeah, and he was able to kind of squeeze in the things I do for love, and then Jaime's like, be cool, man, be cool. Let's not tell people that I'm the one that pushed you out of the tower. So yeah, that was the best part. But yeah, it was super short, so I was kind of surprised.
I still didn't understand Daenerys' hatred for him. She's like, oh, you killed my father. But earlier, in previous seasons, she's like, I knew my father was an evil man. He
well, it doesn't mean you
left
have to
the
the man that killed him.
But I mean, you don't necessarily have to like him. But she was just like, me and my brother used to talk about all the horrible things we would do to you if we ever caught you, and blah blah blah.
Well, to be fair, her brother was kind of a douche. So
well, yeah,
she grew up just hearing all of that.
But then why is she saying this now? She should just be like, hey, I know you did what you had to because my father, would have destroyed the Seven Kingdoms if you didn't. So,
but at the same time, there's gonna be that where it's you understand she understands that her dad wasn't the greatest human being, but
the greatest. He's gonna burn everybody in that city. He's gonna kill millions of people.
But you're still staring at the man that killed your father. That's still something to reconcile that she didn't really have time to process before they jumped into this trial or whatever this was. I don't know what it was. It wasn't really a trial. He was just standing
there. I don't know. But with every passing episode, I'm liking her character less and less. See,
and I'm still fine with Daenerys. I like Tyrion less and less, which is a shame because Tyrion was one of my favorites.
See, but I still like Tyrion. So
I've liked him less ever since he became her hand. I liked him up until that point, and then once he became her hand, I've liked him less and less.
Oh, see, I liked Daenerys up until she got to Dragonstone, and then ever since then, it's been a slow decline for me. So.
Then I'm still just not the biggest fan of Jon. So, but that's a whole other.
We discussed that last video as well.
That's a whole other topic of discussion. Not a lot happened in this episode.
No,
it was just kind of a lot of prep for they were preparing the castle and trying to fortify it and do all that.
I mean, it was a necessary episode. I feel like you couldn't have the episode that's coming without having this episode. And secondly, we may appreciate this episode a little bit more after the next episode because we may not, this might have been the final time that we got to see a lot of these characters just interacting with each other and just, having regular scenes and they're never going to be dead.
I did like the scenes where it was Tyrion and Davos and Podrick and Brienne and Jaime and Tormund. So I like them sitting all around the fire and just kind of
and that knighting scene.
Yeah, the knighting scene was nice. Especially since Tormund was
I would knight you 10 times over.
I know. So yeah, that was I liked kind of seeing the camaraderie and kind of banter back and forth. And who knew Podrick had the voice of an angel? That's
just Ed Sheeran dubbing it.
Honestly, when he first started singing, I was like, is that Ed Sheeran? But so that was nice. It was nice to see Arya kind of interact a little more with the Hound until Beric Dondarrion came over and ruined it, and then she's like, all right, I'm out of here. yeah, so it was nice to kind of see some characters.
It was like the calm before the storm. Like that's what
Yeah.
this whole episode was.
One scene that I thought was funny, which I mean it wasn't meant to be funny, but I thought it was funny, is when Daenerys is trying to like be gal pals with Sansa, and she's just like, "Hey, let's talk about what it's like to be women like in power." And it was all going fine until Sansa dropped the truth bomb of like, we took back the North and we're not gonna go back to being ruled. And Daenerys is like, all right, well, you just ruined a moment. Like, we were having a moment and now you ruined it. So I just thought like that whole thing was just like kind of odd.
Yeah. I feel like she's not liking the whole Stark family / Targaryen family.
Well, and like I think Sansa was fine. Is fine with her as long as like Winterfell doesn't have to be under
Remain
her
its
rule.
own
Yeah, kind of
sovereign kingdom.
Because they kind of bonded a little until Sansa was like, well, what's gonna happen with the North?
She should have been like, well, I have 2 dragons, so what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen? Like, you really you want to fight us? Like,
I liked the reunion of Theon and Sansa. It was kind of a little emotional for both of them, and it was, Daenerys is just standing there like, what's going on? Like, am I missing?
I feel like
is there a backstory? Like, I don't know. I'll talk to Bran later and get what the backstory is on YouTube. But yeah, so I kind of liked that reunion. Bran is still being creepy and weird.
Which I don't know. It's starting to grow on me a little bit.
The fact that he just sits and stares, like when Tyrion's like, do you need some help? Like, you're just kind of staring off into space, and he's like, no, I'm good.
And they started to address one question that I've had for a very long time, but not fully address it, which I hope there's still more to it, is what do the White Walkers want?
Yeah, what is the Night King's like end game?
And it's
no pun intended end game that's coming out this week.
And they kind of addressed it a little bit. He's like, one big goal is that he wants to kill the Three-Eyed Raven. He said, for many Three-Eyed Ravens, so there's been multiple ones.
And now that Bran's marked, like, he always knows where Bran is.
Right, so that's one goal. And then the second one is he wants the night to never end and essentially, rule over the dead. But they're dead. Like, what? Like, after...
And he just rests. He's like Thanos.
He just sits on the Iron Throne and just like...
He's like, finally. So they kind of addressed like a little bit with Bran saying he wants to kill the Three-Eyed Raven,
but
so
I
that
feel like
there's no memory of the previous lives, because that's what the Three-Eyed Raven can provide. And so if he kills the Three-Eyed Raven plus kills everybody else, then there's no memory of the previous world.
But why does he want to do that?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. They didn't go that far.
I feel like there's still a little bit more that hasn't been revealed yet between the Night King and the Three-Eyed Raven, because I feel like those two have a bigger history than they've revealed so far. At least I think. I don't know. I could be reading too much into it. Maybe
Bran's just like looking in the mirror.
Maybe when Bran, because now he's gonna be used as bait essentially to lure the Night King. So I feel like once they're like face to face, like I don't know.
Bran's gonna be like, Are we brothers? Are we twins? Oh, I'm you. That's right.
Like, can the Night King speak? Will he speak? Like, I'd like to have a little conversation between the two of them.
He's all like joking. He's like, hey.
I'm going to kill you. You've been.
He's like, you got away from us. You got away from us so far, but we got you. But so yeah, like it'll be interesting to see more of that. Yeah, kind of know more of what like the ultimate purpose is that he wants to create.
Other than just like, killing for the sake of killing. It's like...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's more than that, but yeah.
I guess we'll find out
can just
next week.
breeze past Arya and Gendry, because that was a little awkward. I mean, like, I'm fine.
We were kind of joking about it earlier in the show, and we're like, is that going to happen? And then all of a sudden we're like, I think that's going to happen.
And I was like, okay, yeah, like... Yeah, so I mean, I'm fine that it happened, because, like, I'm fine with Arya and Gendry. I just wish it was off screen.
Show them, like, closing the door and just kind of...
Yeah, like, then they just leave it at that. But she did get her weapon. Took him long enough.
Although I feel like they should have put, like, a pointy end on each side. Like, she just had, like a spear, but she should have had, like, a double-sided spear. Which, I feel like... I feel like she really wants to be the Dragon Slayer, and I feel like she wants to go after
Something,
the
yeah.
undead dragon, and just like she's like, hey, you did this to you
Funny,
did this.
well, it'd be funny if she's the one that kills the Night King. She's like, I've got the spear. I've been waiting. I'm just waiting for my moment.
She's like,
She's
my
just
whole
like-
life I've been training for this moment. John's like, no, my whole life I've been training for this moment. You stole it from me.
So I think we can give John the award for the worst timing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick right before battle to
I
tell
mean, he didn't
Daenerys
know-
about my true parentage.
He didn't
Like,
know exactly
no.
when they were gonna come, but he knew it was quick. So
Yeah.
I thought for sure he was just
Gonna
gonna wait. Or we were talking about like we thought that Sam was gonna tell Jorah about it, and then I thought Jorah was gonna tell her after this whole fight was over,
Yeah.
when there's that, assuming they both live,
'Cause
that there's the downtime between.
Yeah, because
what's
Sam's
coming.
like really anxious for like John to start telling people. So I really got the feeling that he was just gonna jump the gun and just be like, tell Jorah.
Because he really wants John to be king. He
Yeah.
doesn't want Daenerys.
He
at
doesn't
all.
want Daenerys.
So
But
I'm now Team Sam.
no, Sam needs to die. No, I'm just kidding. But so yeah, John telling her. But I have to give. She asked the right questions, which was like, how can you you just believe that this story is true? Like there's record that her brother and Lyanna Stark were married, but there's no record of a child. And I did like the point that she brought up of like, oh, don't you think it's a little suspicious that your brother and your best friend are both like, you're the true king? And I'm like, that's a good question to ask. I mean, it's a little suspicious. I mean, we all, as fans, like, we know that that's true, but from her point of view, it does seem a little like,
Well, because I think she's taking it as like now John wants a claim for the throne, which as of right now I don't think that he does.
Oh, I think he does, and I've always said that is that everybody's been like, oh, he doesn't want to be king, and I'm like, yeah, that's because he knows he has no right to be king. Even when he was king in the North, he didn't want it because he's never really felt like a Stark. He's always been Jon Snow. But now that he knows he has an actual claim to the throne, I believe that he's going to be like, I didn't want it, but yeah, now I do because I can.
I don't see that though, because he's tired. He doesn't want that responsibility. He had that responsibility as Lord Commander, and it didn't really work out for him.
Yeah, but that was different because he was still, a Snow, and everybody was.
But he got voted in. He was the Lord Commander,
Well,
and then
yeah.
when he came back, he was like, I'm done. Like,
Well, yeah, because all his men killed. Well, not all of them, but
I just
6
feel
or
like
7
he
men.
wants a more. I mean, I hope not, because I do want to see him on the throne.
I
But
don't. I hope.
as of right now, I still think that he wants her to be queen, and that he doesn't want any part of that.
See, I don't believe that. I think now he's starting to kind of be like, I could actually be the king. But I guess we'll see what happens. She wasn't.
I think she might be, assuming that they both survive and Bran survives. I feel like Bran could prove it to her that like it's real, because he could start like tapping into her life and be like, oh well, you said this when you were in Koth, and she's gonna be like, oh crap, like he does know.
Well,
what he's talking
and
about.
even if he's able to prove it to her, it's not like she's gonna be like, okay.
Well,
like,
no, because then there's gonna be some tension there, because she obviously wants the throne, but the question is, if she has no claim to it.
Will she
Why-
just kill John?
Well, yeah, but see, but then does she deserve to be queen? If she has no claim to it, but she's like, no, like I've wanted this my whole life. It's like, well, yeah, but now it's no longer yours to claim. So you need to step down.
Yeah.
If not, then
I'm Team
maybe.
Daenerys. I don't care how she gets on that throne.
Well, see, yeah, well, now she's just one step away from the Mad King. That's all
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think so. We already have the Mad Queen, and that's Cersei because she blew up the set. But so yeah, I mean, there's lots of things to debate. There wasn't. Like I said, not a whole lot happened. Like there was some different pairings and kind of. Some
there was
conversations.
still a lot of tension throughout the episode, because, like I said, it was kind of like the calming before the storm, but you knew the storm was coming, so it's like
Yeah,
there's
and
still
the
a
end
lot
of the
tension.
episode does like the alarms were sound, and they're all like,
And they have like
okay,
a whole
here we
bunch
go.
of White Walker generals. We've only ever seen
Yeah,
like
we've only seen 3 or 4. We've seen 4, and then like there was one that died, and then we didn't,
Well, it was
and-
3 because the Night King was one of them. There was always like 4.
No, but
with
then
the
at
Night
one
King.
point, because Sam had killed one, and then.
Well, right. Then one always got. We never saw more than 4 at one time.
But yeah, so now there's just like
Now there's like a whole line of them, and I was
whole
like,
line.
whoa. It was probably all of Craster's kids.
But John's just like, go for the main ones, and Jamie's just like, yeah, okay, how do we do that?
That's true, because they're probably not. Night King's probably just like, I'm gonna hang back here, guys. I'm gonna be on my dragon.
I know,
around.
he'll be like,
Well, that'd probably be really dangerous because they have 2 dragons, and
You never know, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments. Yeah, that's it. I didn't have anything else. Let us know. Like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.